Vera taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley. BSD taking on Dustin Poirier. Michael Venom Page taking on Kevin Holland. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my final prediction I'm gonna have to go with. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We have our favorite thing when it comes to fight week. Final predictions. We have Chito Vera taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley for the Benoit strap. And also on the card, you have BSD taking on Dustin Poirier. And you have the debut of Michael Venom Page taking on Kevin Holland. Absolute stacked card. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with the main event. Now, these gentlemen had met before, with Chito getting the victory over Sugar Sean O'Malley. Even though Sugar Sean O'Malley doesn't acknowledge that he has lost to this gentleman, he has. Now, one thing that Chito does very, very well is he doesn't bite on people's feints. He likes to slowly work his way across the void, landing kicks and not overextending himself. When he fought the first time, you saw Chito land that leg kick that took out Sugar Sean O'Malley's nerve. We had him on the podcast. Sean O'Malley said it felt like he broke his leg because he's done that before. Now, can Chito simulate the exact same thing? Word on the street, heard it from Aljamain Sterling's YouTube. Go give that man a subscription or follow him. He said that Chito Vera has had a bad camp. Is this bluff? Is this truth? Who knows? But if Chito Vera can get into the fight and slowly work his way across the void, not biting on Sugar Sean O'Malley's feints, then we could see another repeat for Chito Vera and he could finally become a world champion. Now, flip side, Sugar Sean O'Malley, the sweet one. Does the train keep on going? The biggest thing that makes Sugar Sean O'Malley so damn good is his footwork and his feints, and he sells them like he's selling snow to a damn Eskimo, okay? He has the beautiful footwork that he goes lateral. He also comes forward, right? You see a lot of gentlemen who like to use their footwork to negate the fight. Sugar Sean O'Malley uses his footwork to go lateral, look backwards, show his feints, and he also comes forward. And he also fights some southpaw to orthodox. Here's the kicker. Sugar Sean O'Malley can do a little bit of wrestling. Are we gonna see it? I don't think so. I think you're gonna see Sugar Sean O'Malley be very patient to see if he can find Chito Vera's chin, because that's what he loves to do. Once he finds your chin, he puts you to sleep. You look at his fight against Aljamain Sterling, the first round, he was being very patient, throwing the teep kicks to force Aljamain Sterling to come across the distance and land that beautiful right hand. Now, when Chito Vera fights, the thing that he has a problem with that I've seen is that he is a slow starter, but he has 25 minutes to get the job done. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, in PrizePicks, they just dropped the numbers, and I'm liking what I saw. Let me tell you what I get. If you want to try PrizePick, all you got to do is go to your phone, iPhone or Android, go to the App Store, download PrizePicks, and when you do that, make sure you use my code MIGHTY. They will match up to $100 of your deposit. The cool thing about PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game where you can make picks, not just in mixed martial arts, but also in basketball, NHL, CSGO, Dota 2, you name it, they got it. Now, when we look at the PrizePicks, they got significant strikes. Sugar Sean O'Malley landed 125.5 strikes in a 5-round fight against Chito Vera. I like less on that. Sugar Sean O'Malley, he is a KO artist. I am looking for a KO with Sugar Sean O'Malley or Sugar Sean O'Malley getting knocked out. Him landing 125.5 strikes, I don't think it's happening. I'm going with less. And then I also like this number as well. Kevin Holland landed 62.5 strikes against Michael Venom Page in the 3-round fight. I'm going with less because we have seen Kevin Holland getting some grappling exchange, but the fight is going to be taking place on the feet, and I think someone's going to get knocked out. And then the cool thing about PrizePicks, it's not just significant strikes. You can also do takedowns, which we did. We like some takedowns on this one, boys. We went with less. Gamrot is taking on RDA, the former lightweight champion of the world. They said this gentleman's going to get him down 4 times. I went with less with that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're trying to make some picks for Saturday night's fights, make sure you make them at the right place, which is PrizePicks, and use my code MIGHTY. Moving on to the co-main event, Dustin Poirier taking on BSD. Man, I broke it down BSD, and this is the first time I ever saw this gentleman fight. He does not waste any time. He loves that body kick. He also can grapple, and he's not scared to get himself in the fire. But sometimes we get in the fire with a boy like Dustin Poirier, who's been battle tested, who's been paid in full. Dustin Poirier brings the heat. and he loves the pressure. The gentleman has beat Conor McGregor twice, only man to knock out Conor McGregor, and he's fought for many titles. He's lost to Charles Oliveira, so he's fought the best of the lightweight division. Now, he's taken on a little of a dark horse that nobody really knows about. But I think this weekend, we're going to know who BSD is, because I believe BSD and Dustin Poirier are going to put on an absolute banger. Now, Dustin Poirier, we know what he does very well. He's very good in the boxing. That's where he likes to go to. Granted, Dustin is the only man to submit Max Holloway. He does have some grappling, but he loves to strike. He loves to grab them shorts, bite down the mouthpiece, and throw beautiful combinations from southpaw and orthodox. And who do I have in that fight? I'm gonna have to go with Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier has been in the fire for a very, very long time. He's very mature. We had him on the show, and he just seems in a very, very good spot right now. Now, I'm not saying BSD can't win, but I'm not gonna pick against my boy Dustin Poirier because he hasn't given me a reason to. So let's move on to the next banger of the card. Michael Venom Page making his UFC debut. This gentleman was in bare knuckle fighting. He lost to Mike Perry, Mighty Cast Fighter of the Year, by the way. And he's also fought in Bellator. He's taking on Kevin Holland. Now, Kevin Holland is a gentleman who just keeps on grinding. He's beat the guys like Jacare. He has amazing knockouts. I think Michael Venom Page is gonna get a rude awakening. Not a rude awakening. I think Kevin Holland is going to let him know that you're not gonna be able to come in here and do all the flashiness. Now, if Kevin Holland falls into the trap of watching the Cobra do its dance and do spinning stuff and make him second guess and keep the distance, I can see Michael Venom Page knocking out Kevin Holland. But if Kevin Holland crosses the void, gets in his face, make it a nasty fight, put the pressure on Michael Venom Page and force Michael Venom Page to fight, I think we're gonna see Kevin Holland coming out of this fight victorious, because one's not gonna have significant advantage over the other person, right? I don't have the stats right next to me, but when I look at the gentleman, in my mind, I feel like they're both either the same height or Kevin Holland might be a little bit taller. Now, Michael Venom Page, what he does very well is he's very flashy. You saw what he did to Cyborg. He blew the man's face up. He has a very interesting way of approaching the fight by creating an illusion and then boom, blitzing across the distance and knocking out his opponents. But I think Kevin Holland, like I said, he's been in there with the best. Not saying Michael Venom Page hasn't been in there with the best, but there is levels to the game, and I believe Michael Venom Page is getting his opportunity to see if he is up to that UFC caliber. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my final prediction for the main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera, I'm gonna have to go with Sugar Sean O'Malley. I think when you watch the first fight, Sean was trying to find, he got hit in the leg, took out that nerve. Chito was able to get across the void and be able to give Sugar Sean O'Malley his first and only loss in mixed martial arts. Now, look for Sean to go lateral, use a teep kick, trying to force Chito Vera to overextend himself so he can find his chin. Now, I'm not counting Chito Vera out from this fight because Chito is a dog and he's gonna bring that fight. If Chito Vera can get himself to Sugar Sean O'Malley, the sooner, the better. The longer he waits, like what he did to Dominic Cruz, he waited to the very last minute. He was losing that fight, in my opinion, to Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz did his duck down, blast him right in the face with that beautiful head kick, and that's what got him the victory. But prior to that point, Dominic Cruz was using a lot of beautiful footwork, a lot of takedowns, a lot of light, and the punches weren't really hurting Chito Vera, but in the judges' eyes, he was winning that fight. So if Chito Vera can get to Sugar Sean O'Malley sooner than later, you can see Ecuador have its very first champion. Man, we're super excited for this fight. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to know when we go live. And come back here as I will be doing my live instant reaction to Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera.